In the name of Allah, who's the most compassionate and the most merciful. Dear student, I hope that you are fine and healthy and having a good life with your family. This is Rajasthan University Faculty of Computer Science English Language Infotech English for computer users. Today we reach Unit 10, Lesson 10, and the title of this lesson is Magnetic Storage. The year is 2020. I'm Ali Muhammad Hikmat and I'm with you with presenting this lecture. Okay, what do we have in this unit? These are the topics. At first, Unit 10, Magnetic Storage. Topics: magnetic storage devices and media, floppy disk, hard drive, portable hard drive, tape drives, care and handling of disk. These are the topics that we will discuss. Learning objective. What are our objectives? What are our aims and goals of this topic? To discriminate between different type of magnetic drive and disk, to identify, to adverse between different type of magnetic drives and disk, to give an instruction and advice on how to protect data. In language we have grammar, the imperative and should or shouldn't, to explain, precaution and give warning. Vocabulary. These are the vocabulary that we have to understand, remember and know. Magnetic, floppy disk, C drive, tape portable hard drive, read, height, write height, span, platter, format, crack, sector, directory, partition, backup, seek time, millisecond, data transfer rate, fragmentation, defragmentation. These are the vocabulary that we have to learn from this unit. Okay, skills. Listening. In listening section we have listening for a specific information in a conversation. Speaking. In a speaking skill we have discussion what you should do to protect your data. In reading, understanding technical detail. In writing an email explaining hard drive precaution, optional material, real storage media, example a diskette and or a portable drive. These were the topics and learning objective of this unit. Let's go for the task number 1. Magnetic storage, a type of magnetic drive. Look at the picture and describe below and find the following. At first we should look at the picture. Picture number 1, picture number 2, picture number 3, picture number 4, and the name of the hard drive on a PC platform. Where is that? Okay, C. C drive, and the type of hard drive that plug into a socket at the back of a computer, that is a portable external hard drive, this one. And number 3, the system that works in sequential format, that is number 3, magnetic tape drive. And Number 4, the size and storage capacity of a floppy, that is this one, floppy drive. Okay, you can read, and I want to read it for you. Please listen very carefully and look at every word, and listen to its pronunciation. Okay. A 3.5 floppy drive and diskette. A floppy disk drive uses 3.5 disks, which can store 1.44 MB of data. It is usually assigned to the A drive. Floppy drives are becoming increasingly rare. Today we don't use floppy disk. Instead of floppy disk we use flash, and also we use hard disk. Okay, the inside of a hard drive. What do we have in inside of a hard drive? Most PCs have one internal hard drive, usually called C drive. The first one was C drive. It is used to store the operating system, the program, and the user file in a convenient way. A hard drive can hold hundreds of gigabytes of data. Yes, right. A portable external hard drive. What is a portable external hard drive? External hard drive are connected to the USB or firewire port of the computer. They can be as small as a wallet, but can have as much capacity as internal drive. They are typically used for backup or as a secondary storage. Magnetic tape drive. A tape drive reads and writes data. What is its job? Read and write data on tapes. And once again, magnetic tapes and drive. A tape drive reads and writes data on tapes. It is sequential access. Example, to get to a particular point on the tape, it must go through all the preceding point. Tapes can hold hundreds of gigabytes of data and are used for data collection, backup, and archiving. This word is not archiving. This is archiving. Please pay attention to this word. Okay, let's see. Here we have an exercise, and in this exercise we have complete these sentences with word from the box. What are the words from the box? Capacity, ظرفیت. Storage, ذخیره. Archiving, archive کردن. Hold, ذخیره کردن، گرفتن. Secondary, secondary, it means backup or دوگانگی. There are basically three types of magnetic storage devices available to the computer user: hard drives, diskettes, and tapes. Okay, the second one, the capacity of a 3.5 floppy disk is only 1.44 MB. And number 3, hard drives can hold hundreds of times more data than floppy disk. A portable hard drive is a good choice for secondary storage. Magnetic tape are used for archiving information that you no longer need to use regularly. Okay, this is the answer key when you wanted to fulfill these blanks. you can use this answer key as well. Okay, here in this slide we have a listening, and this is now task number 2, buying a portable hard drive. So see unit 4, before we study unit 4, wants to buy a new drive. Listen to her conversation with the sales assistant. Does she buy anything? Okay, this is a question. Does she buy anything? Okay, please find this the answer for this question. Listen again and answer these questions. یک بار دیگه بشنوین و این سوالا رو جواب بدین. Okay, you can click on this loudspeaker sign and then play here, and you can hear
Unit
this
10, task
voice.
2. I'm looking for a portable hard drive. Have you got any? Sure. If you come with me, I'll show you some drives over here. What different systems are there? At the moment, we've got 2 products that might interest you. The iOmega Ego portable hard drive, which can store 160 gigabytes, and the Edge Disco Mini portable hard drive, which can store 12 gigabytes.
So the iOmega model can hold a lot more information. Would you recommend it?
Well, not necessarily. It all depends on your needs. The iOmega is more for mobile professionals, as it's big enough to back up your entire PC. The Edge drive, on the other hand, is ultra lightweight, so it's ideal for transporting personal files like photos, music, and data files.
I see. And how much do they cost?
The iOmega Ego costs £68, and the Edge Disco is £55.
Right. Thanks very much. I think I need to think about it.
Okay, if you want to learn English, please listen to every listening for more than 3 or 4 times. Then you can see you can learn from listening and pronunciation very well. Okay, what do we have in this slide? Task number 3, magnetic storage. Read the text and then identify a sector and a track in a figure 1. See, this is a sector and this is a track. Track is the whole circle. The whole circle is called a track, and a part of this circle is called what? Sector. Okay, read the text again and decide whether these sentences are true or false. Correct the false one. Please at first read the article and then the text, and then decide which one is true and which one is false. If you can't find the true and false one, here is the answer key. Okay, let's go for reading. Please listen very carefully and repeat after me, because I want you to read very professionally and get something from the text. What is the title of this reading? Magnetic storage. Magnetic storage devices store data by magnetizing particles on a disk or tape. This is the definition of magnetic storage. What does magnetic storage device do? Store data. How it is stored? By magnetizing. توسط مغناطیسی ساختن پارتیکل میتونه که ذخیره کنه. A floppy disk is so called because it consists of a flexible sheet of plastic coated with iron oxide. It means a magnetizable material. A floppy disk drive spins at 360 revolution per minute, or revolution p per m minute. So It's relatively slow. However, a hard drive spins at over 7,200 revolutions per minute and stores data on a stack of metal rotation disk called platters. This means you can store much more data and retrieve information much faster. Retrieve دوباره گرفتن، دوباره به دست آوردن، store ذخیره کردن. Okay. New disks need to be formatted before you can use them unless they come pre-formatted from the manufacturer. When the disk is formatted, the operating system organizes the disk surface into circular track and divides each track into sector. Understand? Each track. This is the first track, and this is the one part of the track that is called sector. The operating system creates a directory which will record the specific location of file. When you save a file, the operating system moves the read head or the write head of the drive toward empty sector, records the data and writes an entry for the directory later on. When you open that file, the operating system looks for its entry in the directory, moves the read heads or the write heads to the correct sector, and reads the file in the RAM area. However, formatting erases an existing file on disk, so do not format disk. Understand? Do not format disk on which data that you don't want to lose is stored. Okay, let's go for the next section of the reading. The operating system allows you to create one or more partitions on your hard drive, in effect dividing it into several logical parts. Partition lets you install more than one operating system, example Windows and Linux, on your computer. You may also decide to split your hard drive because you want to store the operating system and programs on one partition and your data files on another. This allows you to reinstall the operating system when a problem occurs without affecting the data partition. The average time required for the read heads or write heads to move the find data is called seek time. What is seek time? Seek time, the average time required for the read and write heads to move and find data is called seek time or access time, and it is measured in milliseconds. Most hard drives have a seek time of 7 to 14 milliseconds. Don't confuse that with transfer rate, the average speed required to transmit data from the disk to the CPU, measured in megabyte per second. Okay, how to protect your hard drive? Don't heat or move the computer while the hard drive is spinning. Hard drives are very sensitive to vibration and shocks, especially when they are operating. When the read head or write head touches the rotating disk, it can scratch خراش کردن. and damage یا خراب کردن. the disk surface سطح رویشه. This is known as head crash. You shouldn't turn your computer off and on quickly. Wait at least 10 seconds to ensure that the drive has stopped spinning. Check your hard drive regularly for logical and physical error. To check and repair the drive, you can use a disk diagnosis utility like Windows Scan Disk. To minimize the risk of data loss or corruption, you should install an up-to-date virus scanner. You should also back up your hard drive regularly. Okay, match these words. These are the exercises. You can do it with yourself, or for example, what is formatted? Formatted. It means initialize when the track and sectors on magnetic disk are set. And the other is directory. Directory, a file system that defines the structure for keeping track of the file. These are the words, and these are the meaning of the words. Please do it with yourself. If you can't, here is the answer key. Okay, we have help box. In this help box, we wanted to talk about imperative sentences, and also we talk about precautions. We use the imperative to give precaution and warning. Precaution, it means care, and warning, it means when you wanted to stop somebody from doing something, or prohibit somebody from doing something, then you give him a warn, or you warn him. Okay, check your hard drive regularly. See, check your hard drive regularly for logical and physical error. Formatting formatting erases an existing file on a disk, so do not, that is prohibition or precaution, disk on which data that you don't want to lose is stored. We use short plus infinitive without to give advice or to talk about what we think is right. You should install, for example, here's the example. You should install an up-to-date virus scanner. We use shouldn't infinitive without to give advice or to talk about what we think is wrong. You shouldn't turn your computer off and on quickly. So, in a very simple, we can say that verb plus the rest of the plus complement. Verb plus complement is equal to imperative sentence. What kind of sentence? Imperative sentence. Very easy. For example, look at the screen of your computer. This is imperative. If you want to give an advice, you shouldn't pour water to your laptop computer. This is precaution, or you can say advice, warning. Another warning is that don't smoke in public area. This is another precaution. Okay, let's go ahead. Language word here we have precaution, and we have practice here. Look at the help box and then match the instruction 1 up to 6 with the picture A up to F. For example, here is the first one: do not expose desk to heat or direct sunlight. expose در معرض چیزی قرار دادن. دیسک کاست خود در معرض حرارت و روشنایی آفتاب یا شعاع آفتاب قرار ندیم. What is this? This is B. Here. B. Here. Okay. Check for virus before opening file you receive from the web or via email. That is D. This is virus. Okay. Do it with yourself, please. Another exercise of the book is discuss what you should or shouldn't do to protect your data. Use the suggestion below. Example: desk on top of each other. Stack. You shouldn't stack desks on top of each other. Don't stack desks on top of each other. Your antivirus program regularly, since new viruses are created every day. Update. You should update your antivirus program regularly. Update your antivirus program regularly. See here, store your desk in a protective case. You should store your desk in a protective case. Okay, please do it with yourself. Let's see here, word building. Look at the word in the box. Are they noun, verbs, adjective, or adverb? Write N for noun, V for verb, adg for adverb, for adjective, or adv for adverb next to each word, and then complete the sentence below. For more about word building, see unit 12. We will come to unit 12 and we will reach to word building. Okay, magnet become that is a noun. Right here, N. Magnetism is also a noun. Right here, N. Magnetic is an adjective. Magnetize is a verb. Magnetically is an adverb, and magnetized is an adjective past participle of a verb. Okay. What is in this? What will come in this blank is the science of magnetic phenomena and properties. Magnetism is a science of magnetic phenomena and properties. The second one, floppy disk and hard drive are magnetic storage devices. Adjective. Okay, data is recording on a disk in the form of magnetized spores called bits. Fragment is a noun and a verb, and fragmentar is a noun. Fragmentation is also noun, and fragmented is the past participle, and it is used as an adjective. After you create, delete, and modify a lot of file, the hard drive become fragmented. With bits and pieces spread all over the disk. Fragmentation shows down the speed at which data is accessed, because the disk drive has to work harder to find the parts of file stored in many different locations. The reorganize your hard drive. You can use a disk optimizer or fragmenter. This will record your file into continuous cluster. Okay, and task number 6, explaining hard drive precaution. Here, what should we do? We should answer these 3 questions below. Why the head crash happened? What precaution she should take with her new PC to avoid similar problem in the future? What steps you could take to back up her file? A friend has sent you an email explaining that she has just lost all of the information on her PC because of a head crash. Write a reply explaining the following. Here is the answer key. Please pay attention to this answer key. Hard drives are very sensitive and vibration shocks. A head crash may occur when the read head or write head of a hard drive touches its rotating disk platter. This can scratch the damaged disk surface. To avoid this kind of problem, you should take some precaution. The first, don't hit or move the computer while it is operating. The second one, you shouldn't turn your PC on and off quickly. Wait a few seconds to ensure that the hard drive has stopped spinning. You should back up your hard drive regularly to make copies of your important file. You can use a backup utility, sometimes included with the operating system, or you can use the copy and paste commands to transfer files to another storage devices. For instance, an external hard drive, a DVD, RW disk, or a pen drive. Okay, and finally, thanks for your attention. Work hard, study more, add to your knowledge, make your personality, and finally get a good job. Thanks for your attention once again.